fashion. A reservoir is like a container. It has an inlet and it has an outlet. It holds water for a period of time, and it holds water as a designated location until it's ready to be used. A swamp. A swamp is different from a reservoir and a canal because it has no inlet, has no outlet, and the result is that the water rots. And many things die there. Life in a swamp is stale. So your life may take on the characteristics of a reservoir, a canal, or a swamp. So which one are you? And I think it depends on where you are in your life. We all take on these characteristics at different times in our lives. So maybe you're taking on the characteristics of a canal. Maybe you are a channel for which things flow, connecting and linking people, movements, and purposes. As a canal, you also are involved in the communication process. Good and not so good communication, because the peddler of gossip is a canal. So what are you flowing through that process? If you're a canal, what things are you connecting? Are you a reservoir? Are you a resource that is drawn upon in times of need? And do you have a way of keeping your inlet and your outlet in working order so that your cup is never empty? Are you a swamp? Are you always reaching for more, hoarding whatever comes your way, wondering why the things you touch decay? A swamp is a place where living things go to die. It has no inlet and no outlet. And I love it when Ayala Van Zandt calls this the meantime, because I get it. I call it the neutral zone. Jesus called it the wilderness. 40 days and 40 nights in the wilderness. It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter what you call it. The goal is that to arrive at your destination and not be that walking wounded that I talked about. And when you arrive at your destination, that you arrive empowered and transformed by your experience. Those more difficult experiences are the ones where we have the most transformation. The ones where you got to come out of your skin and you got to stretch and you got to let it go because it's no longer working for you anymore. Those are the times when we make our biggest changes. In the meantime. So ways that we stay in the meantime is not telling the truth, holding on to limitations, people pleasing, the need to be right, doing what's convenient, and doing too many things. Now is the seed from which later will grow. Now is the seed from which later will grow. So later is simply a reflection of what you do in the meantime. How you show up on the planet. That's how your future is going to unfold. Things to remember when you're in the meantime are things like peace be still. You can't do anything. Turn it over to God. How about I surrender all. I surrender all. Because that's all you can do in the meantime. Sometimes it takes all your strength to show up on the planet. So getting between the time it shows up and the time you can claim it. That's the meantime. And it may not be what you wanted. It may be some of what you wanted. It may be all of what you wanted, or it may be none of what you wanted. But trust me, it will always be your highest and best. Let's take this message into prayer.